How hard you try does not matter unless you are trying in the right places. And what I mean by that is no matter how much effort we put into an endeavor, into an activity, we will end up immensely frustrated and spinning our wheels unless we're putting the effort in where it needs to be. And it's so easy to over try when we are not putting the trying in the right place, because we want to believe that it is a matter of how hard we're trying, not where we're trying. It's easy to question our effort. It's harder to question where our efforts are being applied. And with something like powerlifting, where there's so many aspects across the whole where it is possible to put effort in, it's like we're going to be biased to putting the effort where it's the most exciting and where we want to feel like the highest importance is. And more often than not, you'll see lifters putting in a ton onto the top sets. Like they're working their balls off, they're getting amped, they're hitting their top sets with a ton of intensity, and they're sending it, which is great. But the problem is that it's so easy to oversend it on the top sets. It's so easy to over prioritize what we're doing on the barbell lifts, but under prioritize the accessories, under prioritize our supplemental lifts, under prioritize our movement prep through the week, under prioritize our sleep and our food to allow us to have the building blocks to have a bigger top set the next time we go. And it's like the whole concept of right effort is something that I've stolen from, well, not stolen, but something that I've adapted from reading about philosophy, reading about Buddhism. Sidebar, in addition to my last video, some of the most valuable books I've read on becoming a better powerlifting coach are actually books on philosophy and physics. And I guess if you really get into it, particle physics and philosophy go hand in hand. Best book of all time, Friedrich Karpa's The Tao of Physics. Read it, get it, learn it, understand it. Because the reason I like those philosophy books is that they teach us to think divergently, they teach us to think in paradoxes, and they teach us to understand how two opposing answers, two very different answers, can both be the right answer in the right circumstance, or even in the same circumstance if we go about applying the answer the right way. But anyways, back to Buddhism, back to the Eightfold Path. The sixth aspect on the Eightfold Path, Buddha's talking about getting to enlightenment. We're talking about getting a big fucking total. So a little bit different in application, but the principle still does apply. The sixth aspect of the Eightfold Path is right effort. And what that means is that when we're putting effort in, we need to ask ourselves, are we putting effort into the right places? And are we putting the right amount of effort into a given spot? And this is a lesson that I learned in lifting. And I learned that the hard way because, again, I wasn't prioritizing the right things, and I was getting dinged up, I was getting tweaked, I was hurting myself, and I did think that it was because I was doing too much, but the real answer was that I was doing too much on the heavy shit, and I wasn't doing enough on the supportive stuff to allow me to progress on the heavy stuff. And I've been having to relearn this lesson of right effort again with starting up business, with starting up my own practice, because when I got out of school, when I graduated, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in terms of marketing, in terms of generating patients, in terms of getting people in the door. And it was immensely frustrating. And I was trying my balls off, but I was getting nowhere. And it was just like, I got to this point where it was like, I couldn't try any harder with zero return. And it was just like, what do I do? And it's like, it finally hit me. I needed to figure out how to try and where to try. And it's like, as soon as I learned where to try, my effort started panning out more and more and more. And it was easier and easier and easier to put effort in because I was actually seeing something from it. And if you guys are spinning your wheels right now with lifting, I think you'll find a very similar thing. Like if you're getting hurt, if you're getting banged up, if you aren't making progress, if you're just stagnant on a lift, think about where else you could put effort in instead of just trying harder on your top sets, or instead of just trying harder on this day or that day. Think about where you could try better and how you could try more efficiently. And once you learn to try more efficiently, things will start going better, and you're gonna feel a lot better about training, and you're gonna feel a lot better about the effort you are putting in. So guys, think about how you are trying, not just about how hard you are trying. And yeah, how hard you're trying does matter, but it's only going to matter when you're trying in the right places. Thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, get it out there. Give them this information because it's going to help them out. Hope it helps you, and have a good one. Don't be afraid of training.